Good morning, this is Dwayne, and I'd like to share with you today 7 shortcuts to more creative piano playing. Now let me tell you in advance, most shortcuts turn out to be long cuts. In other words, if you try to take a shortcut in learning, it bites you in the end, it really does, because if you learn, a pattern, for example, and you memorize it, but you don't understand why the pattern moves the way it does, that's a shortcut, okay? So you can do the pattern faster, but in the long run, it's going to hurt you because you don't understand the concept of what the pattern is. And that usually has to do with chord progressions. In other words, if you don't know why a chord moves like that, then you're in trouble. I mean, you can memorize it, but it's not a shortcut that's helpful. But if you want to learn to improvise and kind of play, arrange songs and so on, there are certain shortcuts that you can take, but those shortcuts are really a branch of knowledge, a branch of learning that really come from understanding. So let me just share with you 7 shortcuts to playing more creative piano. First of all, you need to learn chords, okay? And I'll go through these quickly. If you don't know chords, you need to learn chords, and there's a zillion courses available for you to learn chords. They're free on the internet. I have courses you can take and so on. But learn chords, okay? That's the first shortcut. Secondly, you need to learn color tones. Color tones is where you add a 6th or a 7th, or a dominant 7th, or a 9th, or a major 9th, or a minor 7th, or minor 9th, because that's when playing gets interesting, when you add color tones. And then you need to learn chords upside down, learn inversions, so you're not always playing a chord in the same way. Instead of playing a C chord like that, you can play it like that too, can't you? And when you combine that with color tones, then of course you get all kinds of interesting voices like that, okay? But so you need to learn inversions. You need to learn to voice a chord too. Voice a chord. Now, that's a chord that just is stacked up in thirds, but there's other ways to do it. You can leave the third out and play it up here, can't you? If your hand's big enough, you can play that all at once. Mine's not, so I have to roll the chord. But that's a way to voice a chord. And when you include color tones, then of course you can do things like that. Get 2 hands involved, and you're voicing a chord. In the left hand you have the color tones, in the right hand you got the root and the 5th, in the left hand you have the 3rd, and so on, okay? So learn to voice chords as well. Next, you need to learn how to add runs and fills. In other words, once you know a chord, then you need to know how to run it up the keyboard or break it up in various ways like that. And there's all kinds of ways to break up chords. There's 2-1 breakups. There's 3-1 breakups. There's straddles. So you can learn chords and learn how to do runs and so on. And then you need to learn to improvise, okay? And improvising, that's a scary word, I know, but it really just means to make up your own melody, okay? So if you're playing Happy Birthday, can you make up another melody to that chord? Sure you can. So on, okay? So learn to make up a new melody, to improvise. And then you need to learn chord symbols. You need to know that stands for C Major 7th stands for C major 7th, and C M 7th stands for C minor 7th, and so on. So learn chord symbols, and again, there's courses galore on that sort of thing that you can learn. There's my 7 quick tips for shortcuts to more exciting piano playing. But remember, they're not really shortcuts. They're just ways to understand what you're doing on the keyboard so that you can get better, maybe faster than if you just took traditional piano lessons, okay? So that's it for today. If you enjoy this kind of thing, come on over to playpiano.com and sign up for our whole series. So hope to see you there. Bye-bye for now.